Me and a friend had hiked up to the top of a mountain. We were like super excited to have done it, and we were, feeling really good about ourselves. And we met an elderly gentleman up at the top. He was kind of like, hey, are you visiting? And I was like, no, we live here. Oh, are you students? And I was like, no, so we were going through this kind of 20 questions. It was just really clear that he was kind of trying to place us. Essentially, he was like, what are you, two black girls, doing up here? There were so many other, kind of small experiences like that, just being out and about here. There's just different ideas of things that black people don't do. And, the list is long. It's almost like anything fun and that's bringing you joy and that's allowing you to experience the world turns into a white person thing, which is, I reject that. My name's Nailah Blades Wylie, and I am the marketing strategist. Do you want raspberries or do you want cherries? So I have 2 kids. I have a daughter named Zoe. She's 4.5. And I have a little guy named Jackson, and he is a little over 1. What is happening? So I grew up in Montreal, Canada. We were a family that tried things. We went camping or we had gone skiing, but we just weren't a camping family. Hi, this is Nailah. So we moved to Salt Lake City 3 years ago. It was a huge move. I was a new mom. We didn't know anyone. Doing a featured item of the day in each. And then also I had a marketing agency. So dealing with clients and dealing with employees and all of this stuff. And I did feel like I was definitely at that brink of burnout. Yeah, when were you thinking of doing that? But, I didn't want to kind of, go inward. I still did want to make sure that I was exploring our new home as much as I can so that I could give it a fair shot. I wanted to make sure that I was getting out there and meeting new people and especially exploring the outdoors. Coming here, one of the first things I did was I looked at Meetup and I looked up groups of women. So, you would look at a women's group and it would still be these badass women that are rock climbing or they're Ironman participants or whatever it is. And it was really intimidating. It felt okay, do I really belong out there? Am I going to embarrass myself? Are people going to be okay, you're taking way too long? It just felt like there was a huge barrier to entry and so much to learn. And that was a big part of the reason why I started Color Outside. All right, well, welcome. I'm so happy you guys were able to come out. If you need to stop, let us know. If you need a drink of water, totally fine. But we're just gonna get up there and have fun with it. Do not clap though. It's all about helping women of color get outdoors. And it's really about having a more joyful, adventurous, carefree life through outdoor adventure. So the community of women that are in Color Outside are phenomenal. They're so excited and they're super giving and kind of just ready to jump into things. It's just been really amazing growing this community and then also seeing kind of the ripple effects of that. I think as women, and especially as women of color, we're taught to shrink. We're taught to be small, we're taught to be quiet, we're taught to not be too loud or too brash or too rude or all of those things. So I think that it's really powerful to take up space. And I think that it's so powerful to take up space in a place that is not traditionally for you. That's a cute one. Our skin looks good.
I know, glowing.
I don't see a lot of people like me when I hike. I feel like people just walk around and they look at me and they're they take a double take.
Like, it's great to be with other Black women and share other experiences with each other.
You know, no one can really pat you on the back like your Black sister can.
To know that even though we don't typically see this maybe in marketing or maybe on TV, we do this. And I think sometimes it's good to change the narrative. Even within our community, well, Black people don't do that sort of thing, and that's just not true.
To be able to just really stand boldly in that and be like, here we are, we're taking up this space and we're kind of taking back this space. I think that that's something that's really powerful. Jackson, can you touch your head? Where's your head? There's your head.
What about tongue?
Jackson, where's your tongue?
Draw half of
I think that my kids are like really at the heart of like, you know, everything that I do. They definitely are a big part of my why.
I tried to get at this, but I didn't know why I couldn't get up.
When I just look at them, I'm like, I want them to exist in a world that feels reflective. I don't want them to have to look to create community because they feel excluded. I don't want them to look at certain sports or certain activities or anything and say like, oh, that must not be for me, because I don't see anyone that looks like me represented. Reach for the stars, like me. There's that saying where it's like, you can't be what you don't see. And I think that to a certain extent, that's true. That's part of what you'd learn in astronaut school.
We want to go to astronaut school.
Yeah. Representation matters. You have to see yourself represented in different aspects. It's so important for little kids, but it's important for like big kids too. It's important for all of us to kind of just see other people doing things and be like, oh, cool, like maybe I could do that too. I feel like the outdoor industry, like they definitely market to the badass. But I mean, we're all badass, right? Like, you know, just living life and thriving, making changes in their community. Sometimes it's badass to just be able to kind of quietly go through life and like provide for your family. And if that's what you're doing, then you're a badass.